Good morning, dear student. We are going to discuss today antonyms. As in last two videos, we have discussed about synonyms and how we can use the synonyms of particular words, keeping in mind the situation or we can say context of that particular sentence. By keeping in mind that circumstances, we can use various type of synonyms. In the same way, today, while discussing the antonyms, antonyms are very important while writing or while giving speech or whenever you want to use the interesting, attractive English. So, antonyms are words that mean the opposite of other words. Learning antonyms is an important part of building your vocabulary because it will help you avoid using long phrases to express the opposite meaning. For example, compare two alternative way in which you can convey the opposite of the words purposefully. In the first sentence, Rita walked purposefully down the road. Rita walked without a clear purpose down the road. Rita walked purposelessly down the roads. These are two sentences. Rita walked without a clear purpose down the road. Without clear purpose, it is phrase, opposite of purposefully. And there is another opposite words, purposelessly. So when we want to avoid such long phrases while describing opposite idea of some words, we can use a single word instead of the long phrases. That is the most important use of opposite words, we can say. When we want to avoid the use of long phrases to convey the opposite ideas of words, in that case we have to use opposite words. So, in this three sentence, the Rita walked purposefully down the road. This purposefully is the words. We have to convey the opposite ideas of that purposefully. So, we can use a phrase, we can use a word. So, generally, if we want to avoid the use of the phrase and want to express our opposite ideas in a single words, in that case the opposite words are most important. So, the antonyms of the words either bear no resemblance to it. For example, cold, hot. The opposite of cold is hot. So, there is no resemblance between the words and spelling of that particular words. The spelling of that both words, cold, opposite of cold is hot. It is formed by replacing the first word in the with another words by adding group of letter called prefix. Prefix, you know very well, the group of words that we generally add before that particular words, and suffix, that is group of alphabet that we generally add after the main word, and in front of it, as in the important, unimportant, un is prefix. By replacing the group of letter called suffix, that its n. For example, useful, useless. The use is particular word and full is suffix. Less is suffix. You will find all these kind of antonyms in the list below. Practice using them when you speak or write. When we want to, there is no shortcut to build your vocabulary. As far as the vocabulary building is concerned, you have to go through the books, the dictionaries, and you have to increase, expand the horizon of your reading, writing, and that is the only way to improve your vocabulary. So, here I have given some groups of antonyms as acquit. The opposite of acquit is convict. Barren, you know, barren means where we can grow plant, or where we can grow the crops, that is barren land. And fertile, opposite of is bend. Opposite of bend is threaten. Eager, reluctant. Exclude, include. The opposite of follow is lead. Opposite of lend, borrow. Opposite of measure, minor. The reveal, opposite word is conceal, hide. Strict, opposite word is lenient. Success, opposite of word is failure. Urban, opposite is rural. Well mannered, opposite ill mannered. Undersize, opposite oversize. Expensive, opposite cheap, inexpensive. Timely, untimely. Honest, dishonest. Legal, illegal. Possible, impossible. Active, inactive. Do, undo. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Powerful, powerless. These are some words and their opposite words you should keep in mind as far as our exam is concerned. But note that you cannot always form antonyms by adding letter at the front or or at an end of the word. Some of these beginning and ending do not always mark opposite meaning. They could sometimes be part of an entirely unrelated words. For example, antiperspirant. Antiperspirant is a substance that prevents you from sweating. Perspirant is not an independent word. If we think that antiperspirant is the word, and if you are asked to give opposite of antiperspirant, easily you will write there the perspirant, but there is no words, special words or independent word perspirant in the dictionary. That's why it doesn't mean that if there is anti and if just we remove anti in that particular words is become opposite of that particular word. No, there is. That's why you should keep in mind there are some words only by removing the initial words or suffix we cannot compose the opposite of that particular words. So antiperspirant is substance that prevent you from sweating. But if you are asked to give the opposite words of antiperspirant, you will easily give the perspirant, removing anti. But perspirant is not an independent word. That's why we cannot give perspirant opposite to antiperspirant. Dissolution means to make someone see that something they thought was good or true is not actually good or true. This is word dissolution. Dissolution meaning to make someone see that they whatever they consider as a true or good, but actually that is not. That is illusion, dissolution. But illusion is not used as a verb, so you can dissolution someone but not illusion them. So dissolution is word, but illusion is not word. That's why you cannot use opposite. Dissolution, illusion as a opposite of dissolution. Dissolution is word and illusion is noun. That's why you cannot use illusion as opposite words of dissolution. Disown. Disown means to say that you no longer want to be connected with someone or something, especially a member of your family. Not the opposite of own. Own which possess. There is difference between the meaning. If we easily cannot find the word disown means to say that you no longer want to be connected. You no longer want to be connected with someone or something, especially a member of family. But we cannot means that the own means the possess. There is the meaning of word is very different. That word we cannot use own as opposite of disown. Dislocate. Dislocate means to move a bone out of its normal position in a joint, usually because of an accident unrelated to locate, meaning to find the exact position of something or to be situated in a particular place. That's why we cannot give the own as the opposite of disown. Sorry, locate as opposite of dislocate. There is another word, unearth. To find out something that has been buried in the ground or lost for a long time after a search. Unearth means find out. Find out something that has been buried for a long time. This is the meaning of unearth. But we cannot give earth as the opposite meaning of unearth. So, earth is not verb. Earth is, this globe we generally called earth is globe, and that's why unearth is verb and earth is noun. That's why we cannot give the earth as the opposite of unearth. Unfailing means always there, even in the time of difficulty and trouble. What is mean by unfailing? Unfailing means always there to help you, always they were always ready to help you in a times of difficulty and trouble. As him, I am grateful for your unfailing help. Not the opposite of failing, which means the fault or weakness. The failing means this is a noun, and unfailing adjective. The unfailing is weakness, and in unfailing, that's why we cannot use the failing as a opposite words of unfailing, or unfailing as a opposite of failing. Undoubted, definitely true. Undoubted, definitely true. As in the undoubted talent, antonyms of doubted. The undoubted is not doubted. The opposite of undoubted is doubtless. You should keep in mind. The opposite of undoubted is doubtless. Antonyms therefore have to be learnt and used carefully. Reading is the best way to add to antonyms, and this will happen only over a period of time. You can use dictionary when you want to find antonyms for words, or need to be sure that you are using the right one. And these are some rules, and we can say, I will suggest to that you can build up your vocabulary by going through the books, varied books. You can start from reading the short story, or the news in newspaper. This is the practice. With the practice, in newspaper we always find out the words that is happening in front of our that is happening in our surrounding, and we can relate that words to our daily routine. That's why you can start from using reading from your newspaper, from the short stories. Easily you can find out, or from the Twinkle Star, that generally magazine we that came with newspaper, the Hitwad. We first can start from some easy stories to build up our vocabularies, and this is the way. This is, we can say, the long journey. It doesn't mean that from today I started working on vocabulary and next day I am so competent with the vocabulary. No. This is the long process. We have to go through the varied type of books, varied type of writing to build our vocabulary. So, dear student, I think you will keep in mind all the instruction while using synonyms and antonyms. If you come across some queries, please let me know on our group. Thank you.